I hit go live and it says that we're live. Wow, that was really fast.
Hi, welcome to StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as J Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 353, the one where there's like no loading. It's just like, okay, you're on. Like, don't try to go do anything else before you get started because it's live.
Yeah,
live
we have that magic today that it knows that I'm trying to make this a short one.
Yeah, or get started a little bit early because of maybe it's the not right on the Johnny on the spot time frame. They're like, okay, we're gonna get started. Anyway, we've got Sarah, Julie, Pat, and Susan out there. Hello, hello.
Hello.
I can't see them either. We're gonna like I can just see their names. Claire said hello as well. I guess I get to see their little avatar when they say hello. Yeah. So I'm saying hello to pseudo faces. Just a little chit chatty thing. Do you have a go-to song that's your like feel good song this time of year? Either current or one that you've had for a long, long time?
I don't. I guess I hadn't thought about it. And so in spur of the moment, I haven't been listening to a lot of music, which is weird. I did have We Don't Talk About Bruno stuck in my head all week. So there's that.
I don't know. I actually, YouTube told me that I needed to watch his interview with Jimmy Fallon, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and because it just like popped up in the feed, right? So I click on it, and I guess that it's one of the, so it's the most, it's like the most popular Disney song ever to hit the charts, like even above like Let It Go, right? Yeah, I was like, okay, well that's saying something. Because I feel like that was everywhere right now, and everybody's got Let It Go coursing through their head. But then Lin-Manuel said something to the effect of like those ballads are really hard to beat. So like an ensemble with we don't talk about Bruno was really interesting. The other thing that made me laugh, I guess he knew that it was really catchy because when he was kind of coming up with it at home, his kids started singing it. And then he's like, he had to have like an NDA conversation with his kids about like, you can't go to school and be singing this. And Jimmy Fallon, he's really quick-witted with like, so you had to have a We Don't Talk About Bruno, the song We Don't Talk About Bruno. So it's like meta, right?
Yeah, I watched a little something that talked about how Bruno was supposed to be like Oscar or something. And then, they couldn't quite settle on one. And Lin-Manuel was the one who said Bruno because of the lyric. We don't talk about Bruno.
So I posed the question out on Discord. I'm also trying to ask people at work. Like, I just want some upbeat songs this time of year. I know it's getting lighter later, or staying light later, not getting light later. And that it hasn't been as cold, but it just it starts to grate on you this time of year, I feel like. So mine is It Only Gets Better by Wild. Is Spotify recently recommended it to me, and it's really kind of cheery and bright and upbeat, and there's whistling. Apparently I'm into songs that have So
if the songs have horns in them, typically that's kind of like upbeat, and I can't think of anything right now though for some reason.
Music is like the part of my day that's like kind of for me, right? So
what's the You Only Get What You Give? The New Radicals, is that it? That's kind of upbeat. I imagine dancing around them all like they did in that video.
Oldie but a goodie. And Randy brought up in the conversation thread about the halftime show.
Oh, okay.
That kind of made her go back to some of the songs of our youth with the rap. It was so funny. Like, again, I shared it in the threads and you'll hear it too here, but like Ellie came, I'm sitting right where I'm sitting now, right? Came and sat down and I'm like kind of rapping along with, Dr. Dre and Eminem and 50 Cent and whatever. And she's like, who even are these people? I was like, rap isn't only your generation, Ellie. Like there was rap in my generation too. Who even are these people?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, because I think that this isn't quite hitting me the same way as it's hitting other people, because I was probably college right when a lot of the songs that were in the Super Bowl were popular. And some people were talking about like at my junior high dance. And I'm like, see, that's when it really sticks with you, is when they're your junior high songs.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, no, these songs didn't stick with me quite as
you had gotten much. Like college emo indie by that point. Huh?
Well, more that I was too busy to like really be paying attention to what was going on. I mean, Snoop Dogg obviously like cuts through that. But like, yeah, I can't remember a lot of songs from my college years. Too busy.
All right. Well, I have a little bit of administrati, and then we can get into hybrid tips, tricks, favorite things, purchases, whatever. Okay. So was not able to get it out in the VKN newsletter, but have confirmed that we're going to have Leslie Robinson, Knit Graffiti, on, and she's on March 12th at 1 p.m. and she's going to talk about her new book, The Brioche Knitting for Beginners and Beyond. And also StockinetteZombies is offering up a VKN prize for her brioche along, her BAL, that's running currently. So super, super excited about that brioche along and having her speak, and maybe tipping a little of the hand of what we might be doing post the trough KAL. So
okay.
Yeah, super excited about it. So join in the fun.
I definitely have had my mind on brioche lately. So going through my stash to find those two colors that would work beautifully together sounds like a fun thing.
Yeah. So I can jump into tips and tricks, which is I committed to folks that I was going to report back on my little soft-sided reorganizing of my stash. I can say absolutely it is working so much better for me to have kind of those smaller containers to subset and target when I'm like opening it up, but also like it's not like a weightlifting exercise to be like, okay, I need the third one down and like, or what would you call it? Not even Tetris. It's like the opposite of Tetris. Like you're unpacking to be able to get to it. And I felt like I just wasn't doing it rather than get into that. And now, so the Don't Look Up sweater has been in the hot right now. Is it Daibayaski? I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, I definitely Googled that sweater when I watched the movie.
Yeah. Somebody has made like a knockoff one, and it's, in the hot right now. And I think they've got, I don't know that it's size inclusive because it's just a free pattern that somebody threw out there, but you could take the color work and work it. Right. And I was like, oh, I bet I have some sport weight that I could do that in. And I was kind of dream stirring the stash if I was going to cast on that sweater. And it brought me joy. It brought me joy to be able to do that and not be like, nah, I'm not going to do that. So it's working for me. I can definitely see the danger of there being some like upstairs stash that I'm not necessarily looking at, but I have made the trek up there and stirred there as well when there were items that weren't down here. So it's working. It's working. Okay. Stash organization is working for me currently, and I guess I can pivot if it's not. So.
Yeah, I have a lot of home projects that I need to get on, and one of them would be this room a little bit to make more room in the closet for some of the stuff that's just hanging out in the room. And so organization and having that weight lifted is nice. My only little tip or trick is that I got some balm from Jenna, 716 knit, and it says here it's beeswax, shea butter, lilac, avocado oil, peppermint, and lemongrass. So, but yeah, it's just kind of nice to put on the tips of your fingers, especially if you're somebody who pushes your needle through the stitches and you have little ouchies on your pushing finger, just to kind of make sure that you take care of that pushing finger so that you can continue to knit longer. So I've been using that, and it's been helping just have everything feel better as I continue to knit.
Yeah. Do you have, so I know that along with that balm, we got some self-striping prizes. Can we show those off? Are those nearby? No, I'm surprised.
They're nearby.
Okay. I'm surprising you with a request. I know that you did some showing off on VKN night, but
So if you haven't been joining us for our knit along, here's some incentive.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah, each of these things comes with the balm, also the thing that I just talked about, and we have this one. It's like a Erin weight. It's not something that she sells in her store, so it's kind of a private stash, 100% Rambouillet.
Rambo.
Yeah, it's very squishy and also self-striping. This one says Hostel 2.3, so this is a one of a kind.
One of a kind, yep.
And then this one is Care Bear with Bangs, same base. And then we have two of the sock weights, Care Bear with Bangs again. And then this one is Slayer Pride Parade 2.0.
I think I may have that one in my stash as well.
But yeah, super fun, super generous.
Yes, thank you, Jenna, 716.
Yeah, and they each come with like a little, or maybe we'll separate this into a separate prize, you know, because it's this really beautiful stitch marker set for you and your best friend, and then the balm. So it's kind of a nice gift all on its own.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there is 4, so it could go.
So yes, make sure you're getting those self-striping in. I did not get last week or last month's in, but I'm now getting caught up. I'm like doing all the self-striping. So super, super fun to be doing that KAL.
Yeah, I actually got one of each, right? Because I'm making the pairs. And so I do have one of each for the self-striping. Hopefully I'll end up with 2.
Yep.
Here shortly.
That is the danger in starting a second one before you finish the first. But we've already discussed everybody each in their own way, And then you said you had some actual purchases that arrived?
Yeah, I have Diane's lovely
same,
whatever you know, the fade, the monthly fade. And this purple is so beautiful. If you don't want to be spoiled, you can look away now.
Yeah, so pretty.
Yeah, and it's actually much. It's not this bright. As
I feel like my camera is picking up a lot more of the black.
Yeah, and it looks a lot more uniform and not as bright. So.
Yeah,
but yeah, you can look back now if you spoilers are over.
I was just gonna say we could do a really fun thing where like you hand it to me and then I grab it, but no, okay.
Yeah, it's really fun. What do I want to say about it? Oh, this is kind of one if she offers like the extras, like I might consider just accumulating a few more so I can put it in our larger project. Yeah. I like it.
So pretty, so pretty. I need to do something with mine. I think somebody posed the question of me of like, well, what are you doing with it? like, I need to do something, at least with a couple of them, because they're so beautiful. And I don't want them to just become this collection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, here's my fade art collection.
On string. Yeah.
Yeah, on string. Yeah, I do plan on, trying to come up with a project, probably a larger sweater. I saw a few that came out that might work, but I do want it to fade more than, because it just fade. So yeah, still debating.
Yeah. But Selena Mowry's got that new one that kind of looks like Weekender, but it's a yoke rather than the drop sleeve with the slip stitch and the alternating. That might be a fun one to fade.
That's true, especially if you don't alternate. You alternate between the fade colors rather than. Yeah, I could see that. Fun. Yeah. So my other purchase is that Lavender Loon was having a small sale, or a quick sale
for her anniversary, right? Yeah, or birthday.
5 years.
Yeah,
anniversary.
5 years. Yep.
And so I got myself some of her Targhee Cormo base, which is the Sabino Sport, and in Foxy.
Ooh.
I would say that's actually pretty color realistic.
I like it.
Especially if I bring it back here. Yeah, this is fairly color realistic. I like that. So yep, I'm excited to put this into, I think, is it Vera? She had a really, really cool new sweater design. And I took advantage of, like, you buy it in the first few days and you get a discount on that one. So I'm thinking this might go into that very shortly.
Yeah. And
by very shortly, I mean, this summer.
It's mentally tagged, right? You're like, well, it might go there. Yeah, no, again, just one last tip. I'll show it off, and because I know that you've got a hard stop here at 12:30, Amy. The Loopy U is retiring, is how they have said it, but they're going out of business. And I actually logged in and found that I had a very large gift certificate that somebody had given me for Christmas. And I had, plugged in and whatever, right? Or somebody had gifted me, right? And I was like, oh, I need to spend this. They're retiring. So, it gets to be not the time of year when it's given to you. And I know that right when it's given to you, I feel like it's burning a hole in your pocket, right? Like go out and spend, right? But yeah, I was like, okay, well, I got 2 very pretty sweater quantities. I'll give a little teaser here to watch the next enabling or favorite things episode with my, a super swanky base with my gifts or what my account balance was. Like, oh my goodness. And then of course I had to tell Jeremy, I'm like, this yarn is going to show up. But it was like a gift either from you or your dad or my brother or something from way back when.
Yeah, I've had a few of those recently where, like, Jenna's box came in the mail and I was like, I didn't buy this. This isn't.
Not that he gives me a hard time. I do give him a hard time on the number of like Amazon purchases, right? Like, well, we didn't really need it, but I bought it. And I'm like, it's the same man that walks around. This house is so cluttered. Like, we just have so much stuff. If only we knew how to stop buying things, making things automatically show up on our doorstep. Yeah. So yeah, but that's.
Oh, I was just gonna say, there's definitely that level of clutter in this house, as stacks and stacks and stuff. Like this corner, I probably haven't looked at it in like 5 years. There's a laundry basket full of like paperwork that the kids gave me or something. That
spring cleaning is coming up.
And then boxes for electronics that you're like, I might need this. And
yeah.
So
at one point we were letting the kids play with my old like Palm Pilot, and I feel like it's still probably around somewhere. But yes, yeah, no, definitely looking to declutter our lives. But then I'm like, honey, why are we getting daily packages from Amazon if we're decluttering?
Yeah, I almost need like an intervention, like the person that comes to your house and says, we're not leaving until we've, put a third of your
Right?
stuff
Like the keep,
out.
throw, donate.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that thing. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna need that level of like, nope, you got to make a decision now. They're gonna hold it up, make me.
Does it bring you joy? Yeah, all of that. Yeah. All righty. Well, again, kind of a random assortment of tips and tricks this week. Thanks again to Jenna for the self-striping prizes. Excited to be able to be giving some of those away, and the hand balm. I want my hand balm. I need it.
It's badass balm. So, where are you going to put your badass balm?
On my fingers.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on my fingertips.
Good point. That's a good point. Bye. All right.